السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي اشدد به أزري واشركه في أمري كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وارنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وارنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. آمين. This, inshallah, we will continue studying some hadith narrations, mostly taken from Bukhari. So this is a long hadith, but we are going to study this piece by piece. And very interesting, very practical, and we must see it as reflecting in our life and benefit from this guidance of the prophetic example, inshallah, in our life. Can I ask somebody to read this hadith in English? Anyone? You can, anyone else? So a bit loud so that the recording, the people, slowly and loud.
Allah said, "Whoever shows enmity to someone devoted to me, I shall be at war with him. My worshipper does not draw near to me with anything more loved by me than the obligatory duties I have enjoined upon him. And my worshipper continues to draw near to me with
Supererogatory.
supererogatory deeds until I love him. When I love him, I become his hearing with which he hears, his sight with which he sees, his hand with which he strikes, and his leg with which he walks. If he asks me, I will give him. If he seeks my protection, I will protect him. I do not hesitate about anything as I hesitate about the soul of the believer. He hates death, and I hate to displease him."
Yeah, I think we should have this something interesting going on, and also really strange things that, well, God is going to be my leg, my hand. What are you talking about? So, in general, the Quran and the prophetic sayings and examples are mostly metaphorical teachings. Why they are in this nature? Quran is full of allegories, metaphors, descriptions of something by making similes in this world. And we understand that. Why don't you straight away say it? This is expected from a book, for example, physics book. Give me the formula exactly. I'm going to apply it in my lab because it is fixed. It is fixed. So according to the teaching of these books about physics, if you do this, you will get the result. That's it. But Quran and prophetic examples are not really physical, practical side of this world. How am I going to communicate with this world? And I will get the benefit as far as this world is concerned. No, as far as this world is concerned, it means material relationship, bodily relationship. For example, Quran never tells me that, excuse me, how can I grow this tree? Now, or how can I cook my rice? Because the purpose of the Quran is not what the universe itself is already teaching me, but the meaning side of it is the purpose of the Quran. How are you going to derive a meaning in order to satisfy the needs of your spirit? Because bodily needs are completely contradictory to the needs of our spiritual needs. For example, bodily needs food. When you want a friend, do you want this friend to give you food or friendship for what? Example, for what? Friendship. Why do you want to have a friend? For accompany you, to share your feelings and support you, that you may support him or her, and have a fine, relaxing, satisfactory spiritual relationship, not physical relationship. So physical relationship, you go to the greengrocer and buy something and eat it and come. But our relationship with the universe is not only bodily relationship. One side, for example, you can come closer. I took shower. It's very bad. Okay, I'm joking. You know. So how can I grow, let's say, orange? You can learn from the way the things are created, and it is always the same. You learn it, and that's it. Even you don't know, your grandparents learned it, and you learn from them. You don't need God to teach you how to grow the tree or orange tree. But what we need, what am I going to do with this orange apart from my bodily relationship? Why do you think the orange is created and I am created for with the need of orange, an orange? And my body uses the orange, but is it the only purpose of the existence of the orange? To feed me and disappear? So why do you think the orange is beautiful? It smells, it's tasty. Why not to give a tablet and you swallow it? Why this beauty, arrangement, meaningful existence? Why? What's the purpose? So we understand that through the Creator is putting us through the relationship with the orange, introducing himself to me, to my spirit. Look, the one who created, provided the spirit orange for you, he knows you. Not only bodily needs, it is included in it, the vitamin, whatever, this fruit or vegetables or other means of nourishment as milk, for example, as protein, eggs, for example, examples. But apart from this, there must be another purpose because I am not the body only. I have my other needs as well. So through the creation, these needs are transferred to me. Now, every moment, the spiritual need changes its nature. Every moment. The spiritual needs. For example, it needs continuous satisfaction. Whereas body, you eat the orange or something else as well, your stomach is full as, oh, no, thank you, I don't want that. But for a human spiritual needs, they're endless, infinite. No one wants to get old. No one wants to have troubled life. Everybody wants to be a pleasant, comfortable, satisfactory life. But how long? How long? How long to one has to have one needs to have a satisfactory life? For how long? Anyone? How long do you want to have a satisfactory life? Afterwards, you don't need it.
Yes. And always.
Always,
Mm.
never ending, always satisfactory.
Always want it.
Yeah, always satisfactory.
Mm.
No boring. That's where did you get this feeling? The one who created you and me gave this feeling, and in the creation of the body of orange, vitamin or nourishment side of orange, when you eat, it disappears. Alaykum salam. Okay, so welcome. Yeah, well, here we go. So very simple. Body of the orange itself, material body of the orange, speaks to my body, and they are fine. But the way the orange is created and arranged speaks to my spirit. It gives the news about its creator and lets me know that the creator of the orange knows my spiritual needs as well, introduce himself through the way that the orange is coming into existence. And the best thing that, as we just were reading something, orange disappears. When you eat it, finish, gone. But the taste and beauty you study through this beautiful way of its creation. The one who created the orange knows me, aimed at satisfying me, introducing himself to me through the way it was created, because in order to be able to have the orange, you have to have this order of the universe perfectly working harmoniously, so that the orange will be brought into existence. Who is arranging the universe? You start. So that I am a part of the universe. Who is arranging my life? And you understand that the way the orange is created, your creator is introducing himself to you and said, come to me, not to orange. You eat orange and finish. At the end, you know that it goes away. You know, it becomes just trash, or you know what happens afterwards. So it means don't attach your feelings, your heart. Let's say heart represents human feelings. Don't attach your heart to the orange. Your body is attached temporarily to the orange. It is gone, but the message you get through the way the orange is created introduces you to your creator, or it is creator to you. Then you have to have this relationship with the creator. Now, why we are talking about this in the context of this hadith? This goddess says, so strange things. I become his hearing. I become his uh, what his sight and leg. Oh, my creator says, I become your leg. What a strange language. That is why we have to understand that spiritual side of the world depends on our capacity. Whereas it's a capacity of awareness, consciousness of the creator. Whereas everybody gets the body, benefits from the body of the orange, everybody is equal. You eat one orange, you get certain elements or vitamin from it. That's it. Nothing. Everybody is equal. Whereas understanding is so different. I mean, level of understanding, realization is unimaginable. So it must be flexible. That's why the Quran and the teachings of the Prophet speaks not like a mathematical equations, allegorical way, metaphorical way. So it uses comparisons and not straight away. You may think that no, the Quran is so obvious. Yes, it is so obvious, introducing your creator to you. But your understanding of the message in the creation, my understanding of the message in the creation, totally is different. Let's say, we are attending in a class where there are 500 students. So the professor speaks one person, tells the same thing. And if professor says, okay, whatever I told you, give me the account of what you have learned from the class. Do you think two people will write the same thing? Exactly the same? No. So it must be variations there. That's why the language must be flexible. People don't understand this usually. They read it as if they are reading a law book or biology book, I don't know, something sociology book or physics book, for example, chemistry book, for example. No, you cannot read neither the Quran nor Hadith narrations like this. You have to read it in a way that it must be open for interpretations according to your need. Your need is different from my need. Your spiritual need is completely different from mine. I may be concentrating on something, worrying about something you may be concentrating on. And these sources, the Quran and the Hadith, must address all of us at the same time. So the language must be flexible, not fixed. Not like, I love this comparison. Mathematical equations that 2 plus 2 makes 4. Everybody understands the same thing, but everybody's spiritual needs and the capacity, the level of this need, realization of this need depends on how much you worked on it. You worked on it. Now, we are going to study this verse, this hadith narration, piece by piece. But this introduction, why this strange language is used in hadith and Quranic language. Although it seems to be Quranic language uses very straight language. Yeah, it is very straight, but everybody's understanding level is completely different. But 2 plus 2 makes 4. Do you think you understood differently from Khalid? Or somebody else? Aya? No. Everybody understands the same thing. Whereas our needs are different, our capacities are different. So the Quran, my creator, must introduce himself to me and send me his guidance in such a way that every individual being, must find a way of benefiting from it according to his level. A child understands different, men understand different, women understand different. Somebody says in this case, everybody can interpret the Quran as they want for themselves, yes. But no one has the right on earth, no one has the right, with no exception whatsoever. The meaning of this word is this verse of the Quran, or these sayings of the Prophet is this only, nothing else. Impossible. That is why Quran was subject for at least 15,000 up to now uh, commentators. Each of them wrote different, but same subject, but different perspective. Different points are emphasized according to needs of their time, their society, the level of their people that they are addressing, the purpose of the author of the book, the tafsir book, commentary book, all varies depending on different needs of the time and geographical context and the level of people. So, for example, if you want to speak to a person who doesn't really know uh, about a subject, any subject, do you speak to everyone in the same way or according to their interest point of interest, and their capacity of understanding and the living conditions of that time? You contextualize it, don't you? So these scriptures in the form of the book, the Quran, in the form of the sayings and actions of the Prophet, must be open for interpretations, and everybody is responsible for his or her own interpretation. So we have to be very careful not to exploit it, but we are free to do. We are free to exploit it. We can say, I am free to say, this verse means this for me, but I cannot say only this. So I benefit from this verse when I understood in this way. All right, welcome to it, but for yourself. But the scholars say the same thing. If a scholar is conscious of what he is doing, he must declare this first. What am I going to write is my understanding according to the conditions of my living conditions. That's my understanding. But people don't state it sometimes, the commentators don't state it clearly, but we have to bear in mind that we have to read this. For example, I ask, for example, when I read a commentary on the Quran, the first thing I look for, now, for example, we started reading with a friend, this very one of the famous, very late but very powerful tafsir, commentary on the Quran, Ibn Ashur's famous At-Tahrir wa Tanwir. So I said, we have to read the introduction first. First introduction. Why? In the introduction, I am trying, my intention is how this person understands what the Quran is. No, we call it definition of the Quran. So if I see he's not defining the Quran, I lose my faith in this commentator. Why? He's not defining the Quran according to his understanding, so that I will read his commentary accordingly. And also, which kind of background he has. In introduction, everything must be stated. But some classical tafsir commentators don't take this point seriously because they are addressing to already believing people. And nowadays, people question and really come up with their counter argumentation. So you have to make now precise statements. What do you mean? How do you understand? How do you define what the Quran is? Do we really need the speech of the Creator, guidance of the Creator? Why should we need it? Don't our feelings enough for us to get what is best, what is good? Don't we know what is right and what's wrong? Lots of new concerns. Now, that is, we have to bear in mind while we are reading the classical tafsir. Were the mic lost? No. Okay, sorry.
Someone would have said it in the chat, maybe.
Sorry?
They might have told you in the chat if it was closed.
Uh,
No, there is nothing in the chat.
no, there's
So I
nothing.
think it was.
Okay, people are here, so they wouldn't really
Yeah.
wait there for nothing. So the piece which says, my worshipper doesn't draw near to me with anything more loved by me than the obligatory duties. I have enjoined upon him, this duties I have enjoined upon him, and my worshipper continues to draw near to me with supererogatory duties. It means not an obligation that you have to do, but extra ones until I love him. Now, my questions, let's directly jump into the questions. What does God place the highest level? Why does God place the highest level to the obligatory duties? My pronunciation, obligatory duties, maybe right, maybe wrong, but you understand, it is written on the screen anyway. What does this reveal about his expectations? Of course, more practical question is, what are obligatory duties? What are they?
Prayer.
Say,
Prayer.
5 times a daily ritualistic prayers, you mean, eh? Not praying anytime from your heart or language. Ritualistic prayer, obligatory ones. You have to do it according to the teachings of the Quran and the prophetic practice, yeah? Because Quran doesn't specify. It says, Quran does says, perform prayers, that's it. And Prophet instructs how to do it. That is the function of the prophethood. One of the functions, not all. One of them. And excellent. What else?
Zakat. Zakat.
Sorry?
Zakat. Like giving money.
Zakah. It means giving to charity. Certain amount. Yeah. So these are examples. Yeah. Examples. When you do it, why do you think obligatory prayers God has enjoined upon us? So this is the condition to love God. Now God loves me. I have to do it because it's simple, isn't it? We do all these requirements that we learn. These are fixed. To know these kind of things are not really important. Yeah, not important means not difficult. It is fixed. You learn once in your childhood, that's enough. How to pray, that's it. How to give the zakat to zakat with charity. Once these are easy. What is difficult here? While I am praying, while I am giving charity, while I am doing all the other obligatory, whatever I think, this is all, I have to do it, I have to do it. That's the requirements of my religious duty. So which kind of understanding I should have? So, for example, can I tell you something? According to the teachings of the Quran, the most important obligatory deeds, the most important one, which is the, anyone? Let me see if anyone says something. Obligatory means my soul needs it. That is your conclusion. That is correct. But everybody's soul needs something. I have to do it. I have to do it. But we have to just start. Thank you for sharing. But we have to start from some basis then. What is the most essential duty that the Quran and the Prophet emphasizes on?
Bearing witness to Allah.
It means believe an absolute. The creator must be the absolute one. That is the most essential. Now, can you put it in a form like prayer or giving zakat? Zakat means 2.5% of your properties, and altogether, not only profit, but whatever you have available in you, some sort of, how do you say, immovable properties. How is it called? Immovable, opposite of immovable?
Like disposable?
Yeah, disposable. It's a commercial goods, for example, commercial goods. So they are subject to the tax as well. Now, they're fixed, you know. But typical example, if you have 40 sheep, you have to give one of them to the poor, needy. That's it. How about saying or acknowledging the absolute being as to be your creator? How do you define absolute in your own life? How do you really relate it in your daily life? For example, have you had breakfast? Okay, good for you. Have you ever thought that it is the present from absolute creator? MashaAllah, very good. So, which kind of a creator you recognize in your, I'm not, this is a rhetoric question. No. So, this is pleasant. So, while you are eating, did you feel that the creator of the universe says, please have some, serving you? No? Like, don't misunderstand. So, don't misunderstand. Like, I don't know, I have no culture, restaurant culture. So,
Waiter.
waiter. Anyway, I'm not going to relieve myself. I don't know what's going on in restaurants at all, and I don't want to go there at all. So, like a waiter comes, gives you the menu book, you choose accordingly, offers. But at the end, they ask money for their labor. Creator doesn't ask because he is the source of existence. If you want to pay for it, it's impossible to pay. It's creating it. The other ones are already created things bringing to you. Just they are the carriers, transportation. They are transporters. So they ask for it. We say, okay, take this, shut up, finish. Now, the creator says, acknowledge me. We know that. How much? Depending on. You said, it is delicious. All right. It's beautiful. All right. Carry on. And which kind of communication started now? Your spiritual needs and, if you like, the spiritual aspect of the practice. Communicating according to your capacity, according to your need. That's why this Quranic teaching or the prophetic teaching has to be flexible, not fixed, impossible, because everybody's spiritual need is different. That we have to bear in mind that, you know what, in the hadith says so, it is just out of ignorance. If someone speaks for sure, the Quran says this, you say, okay, thank you for revealing your reality, ignorant. So you don't know what you are talking about. We are talking about the absolute source introducing himself. If someone says, I know the meaning in the existence of the orange. Yes, according to your capacity. Good for you. Not, I have to develop my own understanding of the meaning in the existence of the breakfast, whatever this stuff you enjoy it. That is what we understand that. So if you pay attention to this, God says you have to do it. You can start interacting with the Creator as much as you are aware of your need, as much as you are aware of how much this need is responded back, depending on you. You cannot share mine. I cannot share you cannot share my experience, but we can just say it verbally, but you cannot really. How do you describe enjoyment to me? For example, I love this. Come on, describe this one. How do you love it? Can you? Impossible. There is a poet. He says, "Can you draw the picture of love?" Impossible. So, especially love for the absolute being, totally. But you feel it. That's your reality. That is why the text, which teaches you, he says, for example, here, I love him until I love him. Which kind of love is it? As much as you experience it within your own self. As much as you need for it. You don't need something, you are not aware of it. So if you are not aware of it, you cannot experience it. That is why while we are reading the text, the Quran and the Hadith narrations, read it for myself. Not I'm going to teach others. Because you cannot. You cannot share. That is why it has to be flexible, available for every person, and also for every moment. Today, I need this. Tomorrow, I need another thing. So that is one thing that we are learning here. I have to pay attention to this obligatory do it. I have to do it. But question 2. Anyone? Anything else for question 1? Yes?
I was going to say about question 1, it seems like the obligatory duties are how you say thank you. Like it's gratitude. That's how you express gratitude.
For example.
Yeah, I mean, my understanding, I guess, is
it's
an expression of gratitude.
Yeah, that is a good, how do you say, disclaimer. That's my understanding. Excellent. Yes. We have to learn this. We shouldn't sell out religion or religious knowledge. So don't come here and say, there is an hadith brother. Or, good for you. Shut up. Okay, go ahead.
So my understanding is that you're through the obligatory duties, you have an active way to express gratitude and a consistent way to express gratitude. And
according to your capacity, can I add this?
Yeah, according to your capacity, yeah.
And according to your center of focus.
So I was gonna add,
very unique to you.
Like, to the degree that you feel like your needs are being met, is to the degree that you can express your gratitude in these obligatory duties. So like, I think a prayer for one person could be shallow, but another person who's just overwhelmed with
we don't know.
Enjoyment.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Even the person doesn't know, where I am. No. But the way we feel satisfaction, so we have to look for more and more, because this satisfaction has no end. Okay.
That was it.
Thank you. Thank you. Good point. So somebody wants from Zoom. Feria.
Assalamu alaikum. So from what I understand, and I'm not so sure, I still want to work a little bit more on this first question. So it seems that obligatory duties varies from spirit to spirit. That's what I understand. But in theory, human needs, potentially, the spiritual needs are the same. But then, like, from what I understand, from what was shared, is that based on how we're living our lives here, in terms of maybe having some awareness of our existence,
Yeah.
that's how much we would be able to define what the obligatory duty is for me.
Yeah. Thank you. You said everybody's need is the same. I understand from it, yes, everybody needs love. To love something, to enjoy his life, her life, and also to be loved. Everybody is expected to be respectful to other beings, human beings, animals, other creatures, and really pay attention to the right of the things to exist and acknowledge what they are doing for you. Of course, when you look at the stars, acknowledge they are serving you, introducing their creator to you so that you will benefit from it. You will learn who your creator is through the witnessing of the stars, for example. But love, okay. But which kind of love? How much? In order to satisfy which feeling depends on all personal experiences. So we have to be aware and we have to be flexible. Yes, we need love, correct. And we need to respect, correct. And we need to be respected as well, correct. But everybody's expectation is completely different. That is why we should not expect to have exactly like-minded person to be a friend or something. No, impossible, especially those people who are going to get married, if they are not yet, most of the case nowadays, like exactly we are the same, impossible. So everybody has to respect the capacity and needs of other person and take care of himself and try to respect others as well. So that is the only way to benefit from it, from human common sense, as our friend Feriha said. Everybody needs respect. So you respect and expect respect. That's it. This is obligatory duties that we have to do it minimum. How about the second question? What are some examples of superiority, not superiority, supererogatory, if it is right pronunciation, deeds in our practical life? What is supererogatory duties, deeds?
Anything extra that's not obligatory, like praying your sunnah prayer. Or
Yeah, praying the sunnah. But anything extra was best. Anything extra that you have to do it. Yeah, you have to, not you have to do it, no. What you have to do it because you are ordered to do it. But extra means your extra appreciation of it. I mean, the first category has to be done, but the second category is very valuable. You don't have to, but you are doing it. Oh, that is very precious. Do you notice that? What are they? For example, while you are in the park, Washington Square Park, do you have to say, MashaAllah, beautiful, obligatory? No, but this is more precious. this is more precious in the eye of the Creator, because you don't have to this regular things. You have to do it anyways. But this one has no end. Appreciation of the creation has no end. Respect of the creation, it has no end. For example, why do we say that the unbeliever, disbeliever, deserves eternal hell, punishment? Because when they say there's no creator, the things happen by themselves naturally. What does that mean? Trees have no meaning. Yeah, happen to be meaningless. Happen. Galaxies have no meaning. Your existence have no meaning. You are an accidental being. No meaning. Everything. So the whole universe becomes dead body. That is why the angels said to Adam, to God, argued with God in the Quranic scenario. Why do you create these human beings that they are going to shed blood? Blood what? Blood, shedding blood, what does it mean? Again, don't read it like a mathematical equations. What does it mean, shedding blood? It means turning a living, meaningful being into a dead body. Atheists turned everything in the universe into dead body. Did you watch it? It is. Everything says, oh, am I stupid? Doing nothing? Everything says for the atheist. Am I stupid according to you? I am going to ask my creator to revenge my right. If someone says you, insults you, how do you feel? Even that atheist himself, if you insult him, he takes you to court. What are you talking about? You are an accidental being. What are you talking about? You see the contradiction? They say we don't believe in something we don't see. Their life is full of belief in ghaib. That's what always attracts my attention. So interesting, excuse me. They always believe in ghaib. Always. If someone says, who spoke to me? A voice came. No, there must be somebody. Did you see him? No, but there must be, because it is an conscious language. Meaningful sentence can only be done with a conscious being, and it can only be the human being. But always believing in God in their life, in rejecting the creator. Yes, sir, quickly, summary.
Yeah, question. So if something's obligatory, do you think naturally you start to do the super?
Whatever it is, extra ones, make it
Does
easy.
it come naturally? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I start doing obligated things, naturally I'll start to do things that aren't obligated of me.
Depends. Not naturally, depends. So, for example, do you think everybody prays? And no, everyone who prays definitely will go to the park and say, rather than looking at the people and texting, look at this beautiful trees. Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah. Let me pray. Allahu Akbar. Oh, God is really, the Creator is so generous. No, it needs a special intention. Not necessarily that they will do it. No. But also, of course, saying extra sunnah prayers. Maybe I'm coming to you. Maybe, but not that simple. These are in the culture, but we have to pay attention what is not in the culture missing. one by one, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I guess my question is, so you can consider one supererogatory deed to be, for example, smiling at a stranger, or smiling in general.
So,
You
yeah.
know, so if he's the prophet, so
Yeah.
smiling is a form of charity. So what of the people that perform these supererogatory deeds who don't perform the obligatory duties?
they are following the culture. I don't know, not the religion. But what Allah's requirement, but they are very respectful to guests, for example. But some people may not even realize that he's a guest in the universe, guest of Allah, the creator of the world. Depends, as we said at the beginning, we don't know the people, how they feel. But of course, we have to understand that they need something else to realize this. But of course, we cannot pass judgment about other people. We have to take care of ourselves. For example, if you think that I'm not being consistent, you say, this guy is not being consistent. If he listens to me, I will just remind him something as much as he can digest. Yeah, that's his human feelings. And I have to. That's what we learn from others' mistakes. Okay, let's listen to you.
It seems like the obligatory duties. It feels like maybe an external action, and then the additional is maybe drawing meaning from that. However, when you speak of belief in no God other than Allah, that's obligatory.
Yeah, actually, we have to understand that we are created to live in a society. Society needs what? Order, peace, regularity, consistency. Now, obligatory deeds organizes the social life and gives the opportunity to you and me how I should minimum have to do. I should do minimum. Physically practice it because we physically exist as well. We don't spiritually exist only. Yes, I have my spiritual side, but bodily side as well. So that the way the things are created, for example, trees are beautiful, but at the same time, what do? They clean the air. Look, I need the other function. Also, they are only not only there to give us shade, but proclaims the qualities of their creator. So, as you said exactly, the physical side is for practical and worldly social life requirements and personal but bodily practices. But yeah, I have some money, I have to share some part of it with another person. The amount is obvious there. Right, but while you are sharing with others, how do you feel? Why do you do that? And what kind of expectations that you are practicing there? So pleasure, do you feel the pleasure? For example, look, I acknowledge that this property is given to me by my creator. So I am giving some of it, extra ones, to those needy ones who are created by the same creator, so that God gave me the opportunity to practice this practically, physically. So be thankful for the creation of the poor people and take pity on it and fulfill. These are physical side, but spiritual side also your enjoyment. Spiritual enjoyment, satisfaction depends on your or my capacity. I think we are almost done. So 3, I'm just passing 3. does this hadith suggest a transformative process for the people through consistent worship? Yes.
I think so, very much so.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot like how, just use an example, like how a little kid will run out and find something really cool,
Hmm.
and then run back to mom and dad and show it to them.
Mhm.
And little by little, they're building their understanding, their appreciation of the world,
Yeah.
and they get excited every time they find something. And I think things like prayer, for example, are a lot like that, where we go out into the world, we experience something that the Creator has given us.
Yeah.
And when we go back
Practically.
and we pray, we're like, look at this wonderful thing I found. Thank you.
By practically
Yeah.
doing it.
By
Yeah.
consistently
Yeah.
practicing it, yes.
Okay. Inshallah, the last one, very quick. Is there anyone who would like to say anything more? Okay, there also, our friends are there. So what might it feel like to be loved by God in this way? How could it change one's life? So when you practice it, you love the Creator, but do you feel that, are you loved by the Creator as well? Now, that is what we have to pay attention to. If I love Him, love the Creator, be careful, your sense of love is created by Him. So He is introducing His love for you through creating the sense of love within you. Do you get this circular relationship? The more we practice the love for the creation and love for the Creator, the more we are expected to feel that my Creator loves me. So, but it needs one thing. The sense of love it doesn't belong to me. The sense of love belongs to the one who creates me, continuously practicing the sense of love in my life. Yeah.
Two things. So like, do you think the Western concept of self-love is like something that's very individualistic, where it's like, well, self-love comes from me, not from something above me?
Now, this is diverted, selfless. I mean, I think the
So
self,
self-love, not selfish, self-love. Because like self-love is like this new concept that's been showing up a lot more often, where people are like, I feel self-love for myself, or sense of love for myself, right? Without doing anything.
sense of love.
Sense of love, right? That's what you're saying.
But the sense of love depends on if I understood you correctly within this context. If someone says, this sense of love, my love, it belongs to me, then he cannot do anything with it. He must accept and realize that it is given to me. I cannot have the sense of love by myself if it is not given to me in my existence. So those people who don't want to acknowledge their Creator appropriate everything to the things themselves. Therefore, my existence belongs to me. My feelings belong to me. So I am free to dispose it as I want. But from the very beginning, the foundation of this feeling is corrupt, because no one can really consciously claim that this feeling belongs to me. No, it's given to me. I'm just using it. Tomorrow I will die and it will disappear. I cannot keep it. It doesn't belong to me. It's obvious. No one can say that I belong to me. I can use it as I want. But as a result of negligence, ignorance, I may claim that this is my I. No, this is given to me. I am just using it as a tenant, if you like. But my body belongs to him. Oh, yeah.
So just a question in terms of specifically number 4, but in general, like as a theme that I've noticed, so I just wanted to check in, is that there isn't this experience of, God is directly loving you or directly protecting you or directly answering your prayers, but it's more that God works through you. Right? So with the whole, what might it feel? I'm asking. So I'm saying what I understood, so I'm asking to see if this is
Yeah.
correct.
It's a perfect feeling if you realize that these feelings are given to
God.
you and you are given the free will to use it. When you use it,
Yeah.
God is working through you.
Yeah.
When you use it in the name of God. But as our friend said there, if you use it as your property, not God's function. It must be in reality God is functioning, but you deny it. This person denies it. That is why this person is a thief, stealing God's property, appropriating it to himself, and he will be punished. As a thief, he needs to be punished because he is an ungrateful person. So if someone says the feelings belong to me, these are my properties, my ear, my eye, my heart. No, they are given to us. They are gifts. But materialist minded people may claim they belong to me. I think we are over time. Sorry, Bismillah, Subhanaka la ilma lana. Amen, Subhanak. Very hard, so something, okay. So how is interpreting hadith different than interpreting verses from the speech of God? No, it is not, we didn't say. I don't see any difference because I must make it resonate with me, yes, in both senses, yeah. Did I say interpreting hadith is different from, if I said it, it was a wrong thing to say. I would apologize for it. Thank you for reminding me that we shouldn't make this mistake. Thank you very much. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim wa akhiru da'wahum and alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin bi hurmati sirri surat al-Fatiha.